Welcome back to another episode of Around the Block. We're excited to cover some really great content today and some really great information. We've got Mr. Tom Nickley here today, who is the owner of the Nickley Group, and obviously has built a really great real estate team and has had a very successful sales career, and is very in tune with the local real estate market and is a student of the business. So absolutely a well-qualified guy to talk about all things real estate. My name's Jeff Wernsing. I'm the Director of Growth with the Nickley Group, and I'm one of the original members of the team. Tom and I go way back to day zero of the team, and it's been hugely impactful on my life, on my family's life. I've grown professionally, had an opportunity to help a lot of families, and am excited to get into a great conversation with you today, man.
Awesome. Well, great. And I'm excited to be here as well. And like Jeff mentioned, he is an OG. He goes back to day zero. We have been on this journey together since day one, and we're still building and learning and growing with each other each and every day. I'm super excited to sit down. Anybody that knows me, I'm very passionate about talking about everything real estate, TNG, growth, challenges, everything. So the more that we can cover and share, then the better it is. So.
Yeah. You're passionate about everything, not just real estate, right? So
I'm a passionate fellow.
All areas of your life, right? So listen, let's dive right into this, right? The topic that we're going to dig into today and cover a lot of ground on is what are some of the advantages of working with a high-level real estate team or a top-producing real estate team in the local and current market conditions, right? Mm-hmm. You know, our team, we have a lot of things. We have a lot of client advantages. We have a lot of systems, a lot of tools. We do a great job for all of our clients. But what are some of the things that are advantages, right, of working with the Nickley Group? I know that that's something you can spend a lot of time on.
Sure, and I'll try to keep it as short and brief and compact as possible. It's obviously something that I am very passionate about. It's something that we are very, very intentional about here at the Nickley Group, going all the way back to day one, before we even started the team. We had this vision of creating this big real estate team, and behind that real estate team was the idea behind the real estate team is to create something that was big and world-class and specialized, where we had individuals in each different area of the real estate transaction that can give really, really highly specialized attention and overall create the best possible experience for our clients and for all the people that we have the opportunity to work with. I learned very early on that, as a consumer, when I bought my first house, through researching even before getting into the real estate industry, that one of the biggest pain points in a real estate transaction, and I learned once I got into the real estate industry, is that typically and historically you have one individual, one agent that's trying to do it all.
Yeah, they got a lot they're juggling, right? Yeah.
So much that they're trying to juggle. I mean, buying a house or selling a house is, and you've heard it, and it's cliche, it's one of the biggest transactions and one of the biggest things that most people will do in their life, one of the biggest financial things, and it really, really, really is. Well, unfortunately, what's typical in the real estate industry is you've got one person, an agent, that may have a lot of experience, may have no experience, may be selling 100 houses a year, may have never sold a house before, that this one individual is trying to juggle all of these different pieces to the real estate transaction that are all very important independently, but all collectively, from showing homes to working with clients to communicating with clients to being available to scheduling showings to understanding the market to negotiating to all of the different things that go. Yeah. I mean, and there are literally hundreds of those things that happen in a real estate transaction from the beginning to the end. So many different things that can go wrong, and you have one individual that's trying to balance and do all of these things themselves. Well, that's a recipe for disaster. Not only the things that could go wrong with that, but for one person to try to manage all those things and try to do those things at a high level and give a great consumer experience, it's just almost an impossibility. Mm-hmm. So the idea and the benefit behind working with the real estate team, whether it be the Nickley Group, we try to obviously do it on a different level
Sure.
than even other teams. But the benefit is you're working with a team of individuals that have specialties. Specifically on our team, we've got buyers agents that work with buyers. We've got listing agents that work with sellers. We've got transaction coordinators and listing managers and a marketing team. And we've got a growth team. We've got people that are truly there to do one thing that they do very, 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 very well, and to support the buyers and the sellers that we have throughout the entire course of the transaction. So our agents are able to specialize on the market. They're able to specialize on understanding the market and working with buyers and sellers and negotiating deals. And they are hands-on in the sales process, in the buying process. And then once you go under contract, they're working with transaction coordinators that literally close hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of deals a year and specialize on everything that happens from the contract to close process. And we obviously cover that throughout the entirety of the process, from contract to close, to listing properties, to post-close, and creating great experiences for clients. So I think the benefits are tremendous, and it's a lot longer and more involved that we can cover here in one of these shows. But yeah.
Let me ask you this. I know early on, back in the early days, and it's obviously still true today, but you started talking about wanting to create a world-class experience for the consumer, right? For the clients that we had an opportunity to serve, right? World-class experience. Why was that important to you? I know you mentioned a minute ago too that you did research coming into the business. You've got this agent that's trying to juggle all the things, and it's not an efficient way to do it.
Sure.
Not for the agent, not for the consumer that they're helping. Sure. Why was the world-class experience something that was important to you in building the team?
Sure. Great question. And I think it's, to go all the way back, I think early on, and I think presently, and I think it's always been that, unfortunately, real estate agents have a bad stigma about them. As a consumer, there's all of these ways that consumers look at real estate agents that aren't necessarily true. But when you are dealing with such a large pool of real estate agents, there's millions of real estate agents, and there's nothing to consistently determine or lead them on how they're leading people through these transactions of buying and selling a home. So along with that, you just get a lot of volatility. You get a lot of people that aren't doing things right, that don't understand what they're doing, and you get a lot of pain points that come along with that. So really early on, I realized that the stigma or the perception of real estate agents is that they were just salespeople, and they just wanted to buy or sell a home, and all they cared about was the commission, and they were bad at communicating, and they weren't available, and
the service was
subpar, and there was just so many different pain points that come along with buying and selling. And unfortunately, I think that when you look at it from most agents, and most people don't look at it from the consumer side, this consumer is going through a very big, exciting, frightening, nerve-wracking experience that many of them have never gone through before. They don't know what to expect. They're on the edge of their seats. They're worried about what could go wrong. And the only thing that they have that can really navigate and either create more stress or create more peace is the agent or the team that they're working with throughout that transaction. So unfortunately, the perception very much is the reality many times when it comes to real estate transactions or working with real estate agents. It's pain points. It's all of the things that can go wrong that do go wrong many times. So the idea is if we could create something that was the opposite end of that spectrum, right? We're working with people that are typically, most people when it comes to buying or selling, they're excited. It's a good moment in their life. They're retiring. They're getting married. They're moving. They're relocating to a new area. They got a new job. They're empty nesters. Obviously there's certainly some not so happy scenarios that happen when people buy or sell. But typically when it comes to buying or selling, there's an excitement that goes around that.
Yeah, it should be exciting.
That should be exciting. Well, when you have the excitement of a consumer, and sometimes that clashes with working with an agent that may not know what they're doing or creating pain points, that's where you create a lot of friction, and you create a lot of those scenarios that are painful. They are transactions rather than experiences. So, you know, the whole idea is if we could take this experience that people are excited about, something that's really awesome and amazing and signifies a big move in people's lives, big changes in people's life, if we could take that and create something awesome, create something that is exciting, create something that's predictable, create something that's seamless, create something that we can create some wow experiences and allow our buyers and sellers to focus on the excitement piece and know that, hey, we've got the real estate transaction covered. We understand the market. We understand the pain points. We know how to negotiate. We know where, we have great partners. We have great lenders that can make it painless for you. We understand whatever the current market is, whether it's really, really high interest rates, whether it's a super competitive market like it was in 2021. We specialize in this. We do this every day. And we have a bunch of members of our team that all have your back throughout this transaction. Our communication is on point. Our market knowledge is world class. The experience that we give, from communication to response time to education to consulting, we've got all of these things covered. And by doing that and creating an experience and by creating an excitement and an enthusiasm, we allow the clients and the consumers and the buyers and sellers to focus on the excitement around the buying and selling. We take all of the question marks out of it. We take all of the variables out of it. We solve problems before they are a problem because we do this all the time and we care and we give a shit and we care about giving and creating a great experience. So if we could do those things and create an awesome experience and do all the things different that we do, right? And treat this like a lifelong relationship that we're building, right? Anybody that has worked with us or works with us knows that this is not a transaction to us. This is a start of a lifetime relationship. The fun just starts when somebody closes with us. We are doing events and parties and giveaways and having hundreds of clients show up to these events, and we have moving trucks and we give away boxes and gift cards, and we do all of these things differently. So our clients are more focused on, wow, that was easy. Wow, that was seamless. Wow, that was exciting. Wow, you have a moving truck as well. Wow, holy smokes, you have a transaction coordinator and a marketing team and all of these things, all of these people that are making this really awesome and exciting and fun. So their experience at the end is completely opposite of that consumer that rolled the dice with somebody that this may be their first transaction. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. Maybe they don't know the market and know how to negotiate. It's the completely opposite end of the spectrum because we're so intentional about creating that world-class experience. And the world-class experience is, for us, has grown into something that is so much more than it was at the beginning. At the beginning, it was an idea and a vision, and it was a few touch points and a few things that we did. And now it's this real thing that our clients feel, that you can go online and see our profiles online and they speak to it because that's what every person that works with us experiences. It's what agents on our team experience. It's what other people, the other agents that we work with on the other end of the deals. It's not just a world-class experience for our buyers and sellers. It's for everybody that's involved throughout that process.
That's amazing, man.
Told you I got a lot.
And you can keep going, I'm sure. And listen, I know that that's something that has been a focus and intentional and that has been worked on for years, right? And like you said, it's grown into more than just what the buyer or seller are experiencing throughout and then after, right? In terms of, again, what are some of the advantages, right, to working with a high-level, top-producing, successful real estate team, right? One of the things I think that's really important too is that the agents that are with our team are all full-time agents, right? They are focused on building their business. They are very intentional about the client experience and the relationship. You mentioned it, the long-term relationship. They're all very intentional and take their learning and their training very serious, right? That's something I know as a team that we provide a lot is training, right? You mentioned the home buyer or seller out there sort of rolling the dice on which agent they're working with. Well, one of the pain points is that, a lot of agents can be newer to the business and don't have the experience level, right? So again, an advantage of working with the Nickley Group is that our agents are trained. We are very intentional about the structured training that we provide, and it is comprehensive and it is very immersive in all the ways. And that our agents have not only the leadership and the training that we provide, but all of the veteran and senior agents around the team to tap into, right? For those scenarios where they don't really know where to go or what to do. They've got a whole team of people to tap into to get those answers, to be able to create that experience for people, right?
Such a great point. But that magic that happens there, that we've created there, all of that stuff behind the scenes, that mentality, that buy-in, that culture, people, we, and again, I say it all the time, if you dumb everything down that we do, we have a team full of people that give a shit about what they do. They care about our clients. They care about the experience. They care about the way that they interact with other agents in the market. They care about being professional. They care about being world-class, and they take that very seriously. But the benefit that consumers get because of that is they get to see that working at the highest level seamlessly on the front of buying and selling homes. All of that stuff that goes on behind the scenes is there to create this experience that just go look up the Nickley Group online, Google the Nickley Group, and see what clients are saying about us. And it's one of the things that make me the proudest is when you hear consumers going, oh my God, stress-free, most amazing. Here's where the magic happens. Unbelievable team, amazing. So it's just they talk about all these things that we obsess about and pour into on the back end. So that's what we can generate. We are very, very, very intentional about doing all of these things from day one with an agent, and it never stops. The training, the improvement, the growing, the learning, it never stops here, so we can always stay one step ahead of the market, so we can always focus on getting that much better, right? We never settle with being good enough for our clients. It's always about how do we get better? How do we learn from this? How do we create something even better? How do we create another wow moment? How do we make it even better for clients? How do we give even better service after closing? How do we do even better events? How do we make it even less painful? Right. We're always focusing on that. But what we do in the background and what we're doing all the heavy lifting on the back, so that way a consumer can say, holy smokes, that was so easy, right? It makes me laugh sometimes because I think that we make it look so easy. We have so many clients that buy or sell a house with us that afterward they want to go get their real estate license because it looks easy. Right. And then I often laugh because it's really great that it looks so easy and it's really awesome. But on the other side, if they just really understood what it takes for us to do that, but ultimately the end product of creating that wow moment, and
that all impacts the client experience, right? Let me ask you this. So the Raving Fans Club, right? Again, we're talking about the benefits and advantages of working with a high-level team. So I know early on, I think it was the first year, you started talking about creating a Raving Fans Club, and I thought, in my mind, at that time, I thought, well, why is that important now, right? We only have a handful of clients we've had a chance to help. Well, obviously, over the years, that client base has grown, right? All the people we've had an opportunity to help and serve and give a great experience to. But talk a little bit about what we do for those past clients, right? What we do for those people that have trusted us over the years with their real estate transactions in terms of events and the intentionality that goes into that. Because it started with one event way back when, right? Yeah. We've grown into a lot of different things now. Yeah. So what does that look like?
Yeah. So and the Raving Fans Club really it's been something that we're most passionate about, and it's been something that's just continued to grow and get better and caught traction, and it's really got a life of its own, and it really starts out right at the beginning, right once, even before often, once somebody goes under contract, all of the things that we do to create these raving fans, we start taking action. Yeah. From little steps to, from providing boxes and bubble wrap at closing for, making that available to every client that closes, to having 2 moving trucks to make the moving process easier, to the city furniture gift cards at closing, to the brownies, to the welcome home cards, to the little things that we do throughout, to helping clients set up their utilities, which, it's little things like that along the way. But the whole idea behind the Raving Fans Club started that we're a family here in the office, and we truly are a family here in the office. And our clients that we work with, and buyers and sellers, they become members of our family, right? We're working through this process, and we're going through the process of buying and selling, and sometimes it's easy, and sometimes it's hectic, and sometimes it's stressful, and sometimes there's no pain points, but we always get through it. We always partner with these people. We always end up having happy closings, and it's important that we continue to celebrate and treat those clients as family for life. We've created this great experience. We take that buying and selling process very seriously on our end, and we create relationships and we create friendships through that. So the whole idea is, how can we create these little moments throughout the process, but then once they close, how can we create this fun? How can we take what we do here in the office every day, the energy, the music, the good deeds, the positivity, the giving? We've got such an abundance mentality at our team, right? We have all this growth, but it's abundance. Like, everybody's there, and the more that everybody gets, the more that everybody else gets, right? How do we take this and create that for our clients? And that's where the Raving Fans Club comes in. And at this point, it's a life of its own. It's all the things that happen during the process. It's all the little steps, all the little touch points, many of which I already mentioned. But then once a client closes, there are, from the little things, from the property, the really detailed property updates on their properties on a monthly basis. We're very intentional about the tools and systems that we use to deliver that value after closing, to the Raving Fans Club newspaper, where we're highlighting clients, and we're highlighting client businesses, and we're highlighting client success stories, and we're talking about what's going on with the team and events and the market and everything TNG. We've got this really awesome 11-page newspaper that our clients just absolutely love, because it's all about them and all about their experiences and all about special things we're doing for them, to the giveaways that we do every single year, where we give, and we've done everything from pie giveaways to manicure and pedicure giveaways. We gave away something like 50 or 100 one Mother's Day to the first 50 or 100 callers that came in. We've done vacation giveaways. That's become a really popular one, where we've sent people on their, somebody who won it a couple years ago, we sent them on their honeymoon vacation with that vacation they won from us. We just sent somebody on a Disney cruise to this big vacation giveaway that we have hundreds of people call, and we give away this gift that's worth thousands of dollars. To the tailgate giveaway. I can't tell you how many big green egg smokers we've given away, and Yeti coolers. So, from events like that, where we have hundreds of people that call in, that we do 3 or 4 of those every year, to the big full-fledged events that we do, the movie theater events. We packed 2 movie theaters full this past movie theater event. We had 700 people show up to this event. I mean, I don't think that movie theater's seen that many people in the last year as they saw.
What's funny about that is that I remember being at that, and I was in one of the theaters, and I remember standing up and looking around and thinking, everybody in this theater has one thing in common. They've all had a chance to work with the Nickley Group and an agent here, right? So it just gave me goosebumps at the time, because, again, going back to the beginning days, we didn't have that. So it was very impressive.
So the movie theater events, to the fall festival, which we just had last week, and we have 400 to 500 people show up there. And
wow, what a great event.
And the poinsettia giveaway, which is just huge. And that literally started off as our first event, where we gave away poinsettias, and you were one of the agents. Literally, we had 20-something people, and we had to drive. You guys had to drive and hand deliver. And now we have this event where 400 or 500 people show up, and we shut down Dubstred, and we have live music and food and drink and give away thousands of dollars worth of prizes. And the cool thing is getting clients that show up and take advantage of those things. But I really love watching our clients interact with one another at those events. If you ever paid attention to the way that the clients interact, they've never met each other before. But I do sit back and think, I watch clients interact with people that they don't know, and other clients, and I watch them enjoying the bands and the giveaways and cheering for each other when other strangers are winning these door prizes. And I'm watching, clients interact with other people's agents, and all of this excitement and this enthusiasm and this passion came from this this thing that we created for our past clients. So it's like all of this, watching that culture piece, the attitude and the positivity and the world class, watching it come to life when we bring a room of strangers together, all under this umbrella of this really great experience, and hearing the similar sentiments of just how awesome and amazing it is. That's really, so again, it's this really big thing that's really hard to sum up, because it's kind of got a life of its own. And again, the perks and the benefits of the Raving fans, the list goes on and on and on, from our preferred vendors to the events, to the giveaways, to all things, and it never stops getting better, and we never stop improving on it.
I was just going to say, it's something that will continue to grow and continue to improve, and newer things and more creative, and all the awesome stuff that goes there, right?
Yep.
So, well, listen, man, I want to thank you for obviously all the information that you've shared. I've loved obviously the relationship that we have and that we continue to have, and all the great things that are coming up in the future. Hope you guys really enjoyed this episode of Around the Block. We will have some awesome new episodes coming up, so stay tuned.